Great and beautiful morning to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. I say welcome to 112th edition of Investdata Academy Live with Ambrose. I will say that the market, as we speak, just as the trend remained mixed as of yesterday, the the global market at this hour, I'll tell you that the market opened also the last trading day of the week on a mixed note as we speak now. Some of the market also extended their positive sentiments on positive quarterly corporate earnings across the globe as investor eyes are also fixed on some economic data, especially as they are looking forward to see US payroll data today after Bank of England had also further hike rate yesterday and to fight what inflation. But at the same time, also the same banks also pointing that long-lasting recession is at the corner that is likely to start up from the last quarter of 2023. You can see the mistrend. These are the factors that are driving market ups and down around the globe as to speak. Just as also in different climate of the world, different economic data and also different policies also are also influencing the market, coupled with also geopolitical tension here and there. These are the factors that also impacting the market. The oil price also continue to oscillate as we speak now. There's a little pullback again oil price to trade around the 94.96 dollar per barrel at this hour in international market. These are the things that also influencing the market. Just as more second quarter earnings are expected also to hit the market in this climate, and the one that have hit also so far in the Europe market, how I can see on more earnings in US. We have seen the impact of companies from some sectors also beating expectation. Just as we have seen here in our market, local market here, expecting to see the dividend paying, especially from the banking sector. But I believe that this earnings also is giving investor kind of a direction what to do as they are all looking to see what these figures will look like. As we speak now, US market, market is in mixed state. As we said that no, S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are in red, while Dow Jones is slightly in green this moment. Then Europe markets, as we speak, are equally mixed, altogether, mixed trend here and there. Just as Asia and Africa markets are in the same direction. But this morning here, we can see that our local market here, back here in Nigeria, are slightly up in green. That is a good news for us to close the world, to close the week. If it continues in this move, we can see that market have oscillated in the last 3 trading days. At the end of the day, it closed slightly down. We have seen also market opening positive, close if that should sustain as to speak now. But the good thing again that we need to look at, what we're going to discuss this morning. I believe that we all understand that the stock market anywhere in the world is a leading indicator that tells what is happening in an economy before it really comes to be. But this also guide investors on how to take their investment decision. So with the shifting economic factors and also cycles that we have discussed in this class, I will have different economic cycles, and we know the factors that are pushing these economic factors and also cycles that we'll see, which I have discussed, the rising inflation and also the continued hike in interest rate globally, coupled with with the fear of political tension here and there. These are continuing to influence the capital market, but stock market. But remember that as an investor, there are key things for investing. We're investing in companies that are operating in this economy. That means we need to understand what is the kind of a little bit that we must understand the business model behind every company. What kind of product are they, what kind of stuff they need to these are the things that will also help you to see which sector or which sector of the economy, whether in a the market is either in a bear market or a bull market. You need to understand which cycle in the economy. Once you have this at the back of your mind, it's going to help you to understand what is happening in that space. Once you know that, as an investor, it's going to help you exactly to know what to do. As investor or trader, understanding the business, the model behind the company numbers, or figures, are very, very important. They are very, very important to you in any market cycle, whether a bear or a bearish market. You need to understand this because in all this, you need to understand, investors, the discretionary, income, where do they put it? Consumer staple goods. What kind of goods are these? Which kind of goods are capital goods for investors? Which one are those that are staple goods that investors will not do without? So let me use that language. You need to understand this kind of situation so that you know exactly what to do. Like today, I'm looking at consumer discretionary stocks are different from what consumer staple consumer staples stocks. The consumer spend their discretionary income on what on retail activities like retails, then like home building and also and others. Why the consumer staples are the kind of stuff or goods that consumers will need, they will use it regardless whether the economy is hard or bad or whether it's strong or not. That means if you are in some company that produce such a activity, such products, whether there's a bad economy or good economy, we expect to see this company selling. Yes, there might be slowed down in terms of quantity they are selling, but because their services are essential, their products are essential to humankind, they continue to sell. And now that is kind of company also you need to do, because where there is high inflation, there are things that investors will not do without. For that, you need to keep your eyes in those kind of company. And most of them call themselves those companies that produce company that I will call their service and goods are they will call it in economics in the inelastic demand. That whether there is increase in price of that product, consumers won't mind, will still be buying it. And these are the areas you should be looking at. And such goods are like personal use, like toothpaste, detergent, and energy. And that's why today we want to look at some companies result to see how this thing play out, so that since we understand the business model behind this company, it's going to help you to know exactly what to do with your position if you are already in those kind of companies. And these are what we need to discuss before we go into our technical state to know what the market is. Because as an investor, you need to understand what are the factors behind what the sentiment you are seeing in the market, behavioral pattern of investor. And once you're able to read your candlestick based on this, it get to help you to take a investment decision. Like I always tell people that if you are reading your candle, your technical analysis, there are three major things that you need to consider, and which I've discussed in there. You need to look at your price action, look at the volume, and also time. Time is very, very important. And most times, most investors look at this candlestick, look at the price action, look at volume. They don't look at the time. Time is very important, and that's why I say people that if you understand how to trade with with any season time, and even with timing when you are doing your decision, go to a long way to impact your portfolio positively. That is for technical analysis. But now I want to look at the fundamentals that are in the market, and especially corporate earnings that affect the market. I want to start with the Dangote Sugar. Dangote Sugar half year, that is first 6 months of the year. As we speak now, the top line or the revenue of Dangote moved from 131.95 billion to 185.46 billion, representing about 41% up. In the same direction, the PAT, which is the earnings, moved from 12.61 billion to 20.24 billion. That's about 61% up for that same 6 months. Earning per share moved from 1 naira 4 kobo to 1 naira 67 kobo. This is good. That means at the end of the year, we expect to see earning per share of Dangote, earning per share of Dangote sugar to be around the world, around 4 naira or latest 10 naira 85 or 10 naira 90 kobo, which is very, very good for investors. But I believe that this is a good number to look at. And also, like I just said, looking at the business model, what is the product of this company? What is their demand? Very high. Is demand low? Even when there is high cost of living, would they still be demanding? Don't forget that this company they produce what called industrial sugar for different activities. Apart from people are taking care of their level sugar level, but industrial sugar is used to produce a lot of things, and there's demand for it. And also, as far as sugar price is also up in the international market, I believe that that's going also to support the Dangote bottom line at the end of the day. You can see the kind of performance we are seeing in the half year of this company. For me, it's a good one. If you look at the the PL, which is the profit margin, you can see that it moved from 9.56% to 10.91% for the half year. For me, it's a good one for what for Dangote Sugar. And we use this as an investor, this can give you an insight of what you expect from the end of the year. And I believe that, like I said earlier in this class, that our market post COVID have seen a good company performance, and that is sustained. If that is done, we don't have fear for good dividend. And you can see that most of the dividend yield of our companies in Nigeria are above 10%, and that is normal. And these are above most of the fixed income returns. If you want, I want to compare it with what the treasury is doing today. You as an investor, you know why you are in the market, and also where you are in some stock that you are sure of dividend and also capital appreciation to hedge against inflation. This is time for you to. That is why I said liquidity is part of what is put in the market in this kind of ranging mode we are seeing in the market. Market giving us a sign of side trending, no movement because of liquidity. But I believe that, like I said earlier, at the beginning of this week, that once we see the PFAs, the hot money, smart money come to the market, we might see another change. Also, as far that these companies, fundamental remain good, and these companies are consistent in their payment, these are the attractions that PFAs will see to buy into them. Another stock we want to look at the performance for half year is Okomu Oil. I'll tell you Okomu Oil, and that of Presco are really fantastic number to also to reckon with. And don't forget that the sector where they're operating and the demand for their for their what for their product. Like I've said earlier, that the pharmaceutical companies in Nigeria, outside of Nigeria, they all need palm oil and the demand is there for them. And the market is there for them. For me, this is a company that you should also reckon with. And most of them also they are extending, exporting their what oil outside Nigeria. And when they are also earning a hard currency, that is a plus for what? A plus for stuff like Presco and what and Okomu as we speak now. Okomu top line moved from 23.62 billion to 40.76 billion, representing about 75% up. Also in that same direction, we saw the PAT moving from 9.53 billion to 16.84 billion. That is 77% up for that period of 6 months. This is great. And also, Okumu earning per share was in 2021 was 10 naira. As we speak now for 2022 second quarter of the year, first half of the year, is 17 naira, no 65 kobo. And with this number, if sustained, you are sure of getting Okumu giving you 30 naira earning per share for a stock that is selling below 250, below so for me, it's a good one for those that also are designing to look at, because these are one of the defensive stocks also in that sector, Okomu and Presco. I can see the sector where they're operating, and their share in issue is very small. Shareholding structure is very tight. These are the factors that are also supporting the price of Okomu and Presco. But I see that yes, Okomu price is high, but I see also opportunity in Presco. That means any pullback in these companies are very attractive time for you to enter. These are like those who I said the stronger group stock that I know in sector that investors should look at because of what they serve as what defensive stock, good stock, at the same time, consider dividend paying stock. These are stocks that investors should look at. And also, their profit margin for me is very, it shows how efficient these companies are, even despite the cost that were also sharpened. You can see that the profit margin of this company moved from 40.33% to 41. That means in every no 1 naira no top line this moment they are retaining about 41 kobo as dividend as profit for the period. For me, it's a good one for company investor to look at, and this shows that how effective this company is. Just like also what Presco has also posted in their in their number. You need to also keep our eyes in that regard. Also, the last one I want to look at is Transcorp. Transcorp for today, Transcorp. Why I picked this because that I've discussed about discretionary income and discretionary consumers and staple goods for consumer. These are the things that I want to look at. What are the nature of this company's product? Look at that of Transcorp. Transcorp is into energy, and this energy agriculture, not only agriculture, they're into energy, power and oil. That's like two of them go together. They're into what? Into hospitality. They're into what agricultural sector. For me, I see that this company is a conglomerate that investors need to also look with. That's why that the price is low. I believe that the low price of Transcorp for me, for those that are thinking long term, it's the time for you to position in stock like the what Transcorp, because I have seen where this company is going. Numbers are consistent. Yes, you might say that they are not paying a dividend out for now because this stock also qualifies as what I call a growth growth stock with growth stock with also good potential to rally to a good level. For that, you don't allow anything here to also to panic you when you are investing in this kind of company. Rather, just take advantage of information you have to invest what wisely in this kind of stock, especially if you are thinking long. But I believe that the way things are going with time, that low dividend we are seeing might improve depending on the earnings of the company. Yes, let's look at the scorecard for the sixth first month of the year of Transcorp. Transcorp top line moved from 53.26 billion to 62.89 billion, representing 18% up. Also, in the same vein, we're seeing PAT moving from 6.5 billion to 12.01 billion, about 84% up. In that same regard, this also translates to 0.8 in 2021. Now, the earning per share as at second half is about 14 kobo. For me, yes, this is not too good, but it's very encouraging. That means at the end of the year, we're ready to see anything above four above four above let's say above 40 kobo from this company. But don't forget that last year we saw about 35 kobo where they paid about 2 kobo, people were frowning. But this year we are seeing something above 40 kobo. If that come to be, they might also decide to pay 10 kobo or move it to 5 kobo. But I believe that they should know that investors in that company need to also be compensated. But we are seeing a good number. Looking at the nature of their service and of their products or where the sectors where they're operating, I say that this is a place that one can also put his head, especially if you are thinking long, and also you are a good investor. Because also if you look at the profit margin for the period, move from 2% to 19.1%. This is good, and for me it's a good one. If you look at the three results we have discussed, they met invest data earnings quality criteria that we have, which I know most of you here have access. If not, you can just also subscribe to invest data channel or Ambrose channel. You get those information there. You can see the chart and also the table that show you this is how to know what quality earnings from good companies, and you can also use that to predict or to kind of forecast the year or the next quarter with that kind of criteria you will see in that. That's why I encourage you at any time of this class, try and subscribe. If you're not a member of our channel, try and do, so that at the end of the day you will be at work at a better position to take decision fast with the market, so that you can equally stay ahead of the market. It's very, very important. Yes, back to the technical aspect of the market. We want to look at what is happening in our market as we speak now, rightly, because it is very, very important. If you look at the chart here above, I'll tell you that the chart is still looking green. Yes, the market is in green now to speak now. Yes, but you can see that it's a trend that it has not moved above this 50 above 50,720 that I touched yesterday. It has not crossed it this morning again, but still in green. The market as we speak now at this hour is trading at 50,612.21. The market is up by 29.87 points, representing about 0.1% up for this hour. For me, it's a good one. If you look at the market, breadth, strong positive market breadth as we speak. We have 10 gainers, and also 3 losers as we speak. The 10 gainers chart is led by Multiverse, followed by Japan. We have PZ, they have Eternal Oil, and the Jahis Bank. These are the top 5 gainers. If you also look at the loser side, you can see the life of Len Africa leading the pack, followed by NGS Group and the Women Bank. These are the ones that are on the loser chart at this hour as we speak. On the top trade for the day, it's been led by GT Code, followed by Honeywell, Japan Gold, Zenith Bank, and UACN. These are the companies that are leading the top trade as we speak now. For me, as an investor, we are seeing that the market is like trending, looking forward a breakout. But on the strength of earnings that we have seen so far, you as a design investor should know the area and the sector where you should be investing, because these numbers are also guiding you. But the most important answer, you need to look at what is the psychology, what is also the sentiment or the momentum behind these stocks, and that's why we're looking at the chart. As we speak now, we want to look at what is happening in GT Code now. We'll look at that also in Honeywell. We saw Honeywell for almost 4 days of an uptrend. As it slowed down now, look at PZ. PZ result is expected to be in the market before the end of this month for the 90 days. That's why he has given us unaudited account before now, but the audited account should come before the end of August, and that can see that position taken also that to put the price of looking at the unaudited account earning per share we have seen there. That suggests that the dividend might likely come, but if the dividend come in the range of 70 to 1 naira, that also put the price further. I think investors are already taking advantage of this information to know to position. Look at what is happening in the internal oil. Then we'll not check up the East Bank, and finally we look at what is pushing down Latin Africa. Latin Africa that also, yes, like I saw yesterday, their numbers are not too good, but their dividend of 20 goals ahead, and also for me, let's see what then. You can also look at is it a profit taking in Women Bank. If time permits, let's look at the chart as we speak now. As usual, today we want to look at we want to call our indicators for this analysis for this hour. Then we'll bring out our MACD up today to see what the MACD is saying about the market. Because if you follow my marathon, I've shown you MACD to see what the MACD is doing about the market. You'll see it when it comes. It's giving us a sign that the market is coming up. We need to know. Then also look at our money flow, and finally our moving average exponential. That's our T line. Let's go back to our eight normal. Want to change our T line to 8 days exponential. Let's see. Let's take our T line. Our T line. Sorry. Let's go to see what we have here. sometimes secure this software. No, want to change this. It's not changing at this hour. Let's see format. Okay, not bringing our 8. Then we're seeing 9 days, but we use a 8 days moving average exponential for our T line. But the software is not changing now. Like network, I don't know, but is it from them? But we can see from here that if you look at the T line using 9 days 9 days exponential, we use it in Investdata and put a in a class. You can see that it's in green, just slightly on top of what the T line now. And you can see this. If you come down and see what your MACD is doing, MACD is already trying to cross over that positive momentum for the market. If that is sustained, it's a good one. Also to look at the money flow. Money flow is still flat here. To read around 28 now. Yesterday closed at 30.91. For this hour, we're seeing the money flow is looking around 28.5, 28.52 or 54. But let's see at the end of the day, before the market closes, what it's going to look like. But this is a good one for us for the market. There's no cause for alarm. I can see here, if you look at this line here, this is your MACD. You can see this histogram here coming up here. It's a sign. And also look at the blue line trying to cross the T line. Once this is confirmed, that's a sign of also a bullish trend. You can see that here it's almost crossing the signal line up for the MACD. That is a good one. Yeah, but our money flow is looking now this hour. Yesterday closed at 30.9. Now, as I said earlier, now it's sitting around 28. That means it's still looking down. But let's quickly look at our 1 hour chart. It's very, very important for a day trading. Let's see what 1 hour chart is telling us. 1 hour chart is telling us that the market is still above the T line, slightly above the T line here. You can see also that the market is still strong. You can see the momentum here, still there. I can see that the data calling right is building up again. And money flow is sitting around 69.72. Good one for me for for this 1 hour chart. This is a good one. There's quick one. Want to look at this stock that we have marked this hour to check how they are doing. Let's look at the momentum behind them, the sentiment and the psychology of investors as to speak. Let's take a GT code, as the first one there. GT code. What is happening in GT code as we speak? GT code at this hour remain above the T line on the 1 hour chart. You can see it here. Yes, but you can see that MACD is already trying to turn bearish. You can see the signal line. Once it crosses down, it becomes bearish now. But the good thing that if you look at this, the money flow on 1 hour chart is looking up, and we're seeing a green candle here above the T line. Say that MACD GT code is still strong on a 1 hour chart. When you look at the day chart, that the day today, yes, on the day chart, stay flat on on the T line, not below it, and we're seeing that the MACD has become bullish on on a day chart. Good one. And money flow is just looking up slightly to read the 37.4 or 38 at this moment. This is a good one for GT code, still strong, but once it cross 50 terms of money flow, that will not say yes, strength is fully back in this stock and continue up. But as we speak now, there's no cover as all eyes are on the financials for the entry dividends, especially the first year bank. So what happened in the Sterling Bank yesterday, the price moved from as low as 28 naira 40 to almost 31. And this is a company that also all eyes are on the company for what for entry dividend. You know how they pay and also how their share in issue has also impacted their performance. You want to see all this in Stanbic IBTC. But this is good one. But let's quickly look at the Honeywell. What is happening in Honeywell? Yes, you can see that market is taking advantage of the news of a mandatory tender offer that has been pushed out to the public. But I think you also should understand it is not a company that you must sell your own. It depends on what you are seeing in the Honeywell. Are you seeing it? Company being transformed as a result of the entrance of entrance of Flour Mill Nigeria into the company, bringing their management capacity. Are you seeing the product being transformed? Also being in the food sector, what we expect to see in that Honeywell. This I know that's why I say it's not compulsory that everyone that want to sell. Some are still holding back to their word, to their position due to what they see in the company. Are you also seeing the same thing? This is very, very important for us to know now that you as an investor should also know exactly what you are doing in that kind of position. Let's look at what's happening in Honeywell to speak. On a day chart in Honeywell, I will tell you that this stock have tested no 3 naira this morning from 2 naira 75, 2 naira 73 closed yesterday. Thought I can see that profit taking activities is already here. You can see that we're trying to set down to catch up, and also that from a double top here too. You can see here. It's almost triple top here. You can see that this is also a strong position toward a breakout to continue on, but a pullback here. That's why those that take the breakout, their eyes are here to see whether there will be breakout here or not. There are some of us like me that take breakout that really once a breakout, that's a new strength that has continued. But now also a breakout at a breakout, whether you sell part of what you have to see whether it will continue or down. Those smart investors, that's why you can see there's kind of fresh situation this morning because people are also trying to sell down. Also, these are what you are seeing. But if you look at technically, I'll tell you everything is positive for the stock. Technically, you can see strong momentum, you can see money flow, or MACD, everything is very, very strong for the stock on a day chart. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. That will give us a clear picture of what is happening in the stock now as we speak. Let's look at the 1 hour chart of the stock. I'm waiting to know exactly what is happening in the stock. On a day chart, we don't have issue, but you can see the 1 hour chart now. You can see that sell off. There's already a sell pressure in the stock. You can see I thought as high as 3 naira on the 1 hour, but you can see the 1 hour chart that is still coming down. People are also selling the stock down. We're trying to, for me, let's keep our eyes on these stocks and see how far to speak now. It's already trading around there, 271. Also, people are taking profit. And if you look at your money flow, look at where it is. And also, I will tell you that when you see that the candlestick or the price action is far above what far from the T signal line, which is T line, it's also a sign for what to sell, take profit. You can also always see it here. These are things we should be learning in this class. Once you see that it's far, it's also a sign for you to take profit. You can see this morning already sell pressure. If you look at this histogram here on the 1 hour, I think that it always started sliding down, and money flow has turned down. Then that profit taking is already in this stock as we speak now. Quick one, let's look at what is happening in internal oil here. Internal have rebound after it suffered some batch yesterday. But let's see what is happening there this hour. Internal oil here. Let's see. Internal oil on the 1 hour chart, you can see it's also trying to resist a decline. You can see it here, touch here, it has gone up again. Good one for the Tana. You can see a good positive set momentum here for MACD. MACD has started going up again. It was coming down before. It's a good one. That's why we're seeing red the volume here. But for me, it's a good one for money flow is still going up for 1 hour for Etana. And Etana fundamental is still very, very strong. And we can see also confirmation of a buy situation here. You can see this blue one crossing the red one, and it's also turning to become bullish in terms of MACD, and money flow is still looking up here above 50 to reach 55. For me, it's a good one. I can see that it's trading above the T line onward on the day chart. For me, it's a good one for the stock. I also try to resist the decline. For me, it's a good one for Entana. Let's look at what is happening in Jaiz Bank. Jaiz Bank, we need to see what is happening there in Jaiz Bank. We need to know. This is one of the banks that I know that it's one of below 1 naira, but see the performance is still attractive. This is a day chart for Jaiz Bank. I see above the T line. I see it here. Very for me, it's a good one. I can see that it's confirming that MACD is performing a kind of a bullish trend. You can see it has crossed the signal line up. You can see it here yourself. And money flow is looking for up on a day chart. Let's look at 1 hour chart for MACD for Jaiz Bank. Is positive, trading above the T line. You can see MACD is positive and money flow is also trying to turn up here. Reading around 43, 45. For me, it's a good one for Jaiz Bank. And then let's quickly look at what is happening in Len Africa. The stock is still dropping. Let's see what is happening there in Len Africa. So over in Len Africa. Len Africa to speak now. You can see also sign here on the 1 hour chart, but not too attractive until cross the T line up. But we're seeing a green position here Our volume is coming up 1 hour, and if this can cross, but as you see, it was still on a bearish, MACD is still bearish, but money flow is very strong here, reading around 77.61. For me, it's a good one for Learn Africa. But let's go to a day chart before we call it a day to look at what is yes, there is a sign of rebound here. You can see it here, but until break out the T line, but this is a good one. I try to resist decline around the 2 naira, 20 kobo, 2 naira, 10 kobo. It's a good one. But MACD is still bearish, while also money flow is looking down. That France is looking the stop as we speak. Yes, on this note to say, call it today, and I say have a good weekend. Enjoy your weekend as we look forward to see you at the question and answer tomorrow afternoon. But remaining for the rest of the day, market between now, market is supposed to sustain this trend depending on the information and also the level of liquidity. But if market can turn today positive and after it has cycled for 2 days on a slight decline, that would be nice. It shows that as we're all looking forward to see more position, possible repositioning and also sectoral rotation, this also will keep the market up. But we look forward to see you tomorrow at the Q&A class in the afternoon tomorrow, hopefully by God's grace. I say enjoy the rest of your trading day. I remain Ambrose. See you tomorrow, and I will encourage you for any question or information, contact us on our social medias, and that also will give you feedback. And also, I will tell you share your link about any of our meetings, the question and answer, the live class, anything we're doing, share so that you encourage your family members, your friends, also come and learn how to send their money and error without being there, because this market is deep enough to take every one of us. I tell you, the more we participate, the more the market becomes interesting and better for every one of us. See you tomorrow at the live class. Answer tomorrow by 12 noon by God's grace. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. See you tomorrow.